So in this video we are going to show you how to wire wrap a bead onto a head pin, or if you're trying to get a look, something kind of like this. Some of these are briolette wraps, but like this guy is a head pin right here, and it just helps you dangle beads off of a chain or on earrings. So it's a good technique to know, and it'll really expand your design aesthetic if you know how to do it. So the tools you will need are these guys. So you're going to need your chain nose pliers, also known as needle nose, your bent chain nose, round nose pliers, and flush cutters, along with head pins and your bead of choice. Just make sure it fits on the head pin. When you're selecting the head pins in the beads that you're going to use, sometimes you will get a pin that fits through the bead, but the hole in the bead might be so big that it slips over the tip of your head pin. This one doesn't quite do that, but it looks like it's ready to do that, and if more pressure is put on over time, it could potentially slip through there. So in order to safeguard your head pin, I'm going to come in with a 2mm round, put that on the head pin like that, and it'll act as a better stopper. So you can see the bead sticking out. If the bead gets swallowed up if the little bead gets swallowed up by the bigger bead, you're going to want to move a size up. So this is a 2mm round, so if this bead covered it, I would want to move up to a 3mm round. And then, just for the sake of symmetry, I will put one on the top, because sometimes the holes on the top can swallow up your wrap too. So it might take some experimentation, but if you're having issues like that, play with adding beads on the top and bottom. And so the first thing you're going to do is come in with your chain nose pliers, grab like so. Then you're going to take this tail sticking up at the top, push it away at a right angle like that. So now you have this. Then you're going to swap out your chain nose for your round nose. You're going to place the jaws so that they're grabbing the top angle of the short tail. You do not want to grab right here. You want to grab like so. So double check that your plier placement is correct. Then you're going to take this short tail, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to bring it over and towards me. And I'm going to make sure that it lands to the side closer to my right hand. Like that. And then you're going to let go with the bottom jaw and rotate it up like that so that it's now on top. So it was like this. Now it's like this. Then you're going to bring your short tail, bring it around the bottom jaw and back. So now you have that. Now you're going to come in with your bent chain nose like this. You put the loop in the bent nose, then you grab your short tail, you bring it around, and at this point I'm going to let go with my pliers, bring it back around again. And if you just keep your pliers in the same place like this, you're just going to coil this tail around the tip of your pliers, and you're going to lose a lot of your wire. So stop and let go periodically, and as you get better, and if you have nice pliers, they'll rotate in your hand, so eventually you don't even have to stop. But that's something that comes with a little more practice. At first, make sure to just stop, let go, reposition as you go around. So once you have the coil long enough, you have this little tail sticking out, you're going to come in with your flush cutters. Very carefully, make sure not to get this loop in there. Come in with the tips, and I block the piece of wire with my finger so that if it flies off, it hits my finger and not my eye or someone else's eye or lands on the floor. If you're not going to do that, make sure to use safety goggles and vacuum afterwards. Then push the little burr down. Double check with the side of your finger. That one's smooth. If you're having issues getting that smoothed out, you can come in with the file set or an emery board and kind of file it down a little bit. But there's your wire wrap. Okay, so you just saw step by step how to make your loop. And so now I'm going to go slowly. I'm not going to be as thorough in the description until it comes to actually attaching it to your chain or component or whatever you might be attaching it to. Chain nose. Make your right angle. Round nose. Over and towards you. Rotate. Under and away from you. So this is the point where you're going to attach it to the chain. So what you're going to do is take this loop, pull it from the side of that post right there. So it was like this, and then with just a very gentle turn, you don't need to pull it too far out, it just needs to fit over the loop of whatever you're going to put it on. So now it looks like that. You're going to slip it on to your chain. Then you're going to come in with your bent chain nose, like so. And you aren't going to be able to fit it in the loop, so if you use the very tip, don't try to force that. My hand is still at a comfortable angle. So now, just going to wrap it around as I did before. And then cut your little tail off. And press it in. And you can see my bead. You can move it, but it doesn't really move up and down the post too much. That's what you're looking for. You don't want to wrap your bead so it's so tightly on there, because you can crack your beads like that, and that's also a really good way to force them off the head pin over time. So it'll take a little bit of practice, but it is well worth knowing the technique. I hope you enjoyed it. And all of the supplies used in this video are available on beadshop.com, so swing by and say hi sometime. Thank you.